मॉर्निंग एवरीवन, कैसे हैं आप सभी लोग? आई होप यू ऑल आर गुड. Okay, so welcome once again in GS classes, and today we are going to discuss most important chapter in science from class 7th, that is properties of natural resources. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to discuss about important natural resources. Okay, as we know, many gases are present in air. For example, nitrogen, which is 78%, oxygen, which is 20.9%, carbon dioxide, which is 0.03%, and also other gases. And these all gases are useful in different fields. Okay, so first let's see what is mean by resources and natural resources. Resources are the materials available in our environment which satisfy or fulfill our needs are called resources. Natural resources that present on the earth independent of human action. So we can say everything which are present in nature are natural resources. For example, air, water, soil, sunlight, plants, animals, and also fossil fuels. Okay. Natural resources are both living and non-living. So in which plant and animals are living natural resources, whereas air, soil, water are non-living natural resources. Okay. Now let's see what is the properties of air. So as we know, air is important for all the plants, animals and human to survive on this earth. Without air, living things would be unable to survive, including plants, animals, and human beings. We all cannot see air, but still it is present. The first property of air, that air takes up space. Okay. For example, by blowing up a balloon, the balloon expands because you are putting something into the balloon, that is air. And this air takes up space. So the more space it takes up when you use it. Okay. One more example, like a pump to blow up a football. So this is the first property of air. Now let's see the second property of air, that air has mass. Take two balloons and inflate it, and then tie two balloons of same size at the two ends of the stick. So a stick goes off, balloon remain horizontal. Now pin in one balloon, so the stick goes down on the side of inflated balloon. This means air has weight. So in inflated balloon have air inside. Okay, that's why it is heavier. So we can say that air has mass and weight. Air have atmospheric pressure. For example, take an injection syringe without the needle. Now pull its piston and it can be pulled out easily. Now close the inlet hole of the syringe with your thumb and pull the piston. So we required much force to pull out the piston, more or less than before the air in piston. Okay. So from this activity, it is clear that air have atmospheric pressure. Now let's move toward the property of water. Water occurs in liquid state under ordinary condition. As we know, water is a fluid substance and does not have its own shape, but has a volume. It can passes through a small hole or sip, and also through very small gap or crack. Now take some water in a glass and add few pieces of ice to it. So we see the ice float on water. Ice is lighter than the original liquid. When water freezes, that is when it transforms into the solid state, its volume increases. Okay. Therefore, the density of ice is less than that of water. That's why ice float on water. Now let's see what is density of water. The interrelationship between the volume means area and mass of a substance. So the space occupied by a substance is its volume and the storage of matter in a substance is its mass. So density is equal to mass upon volume, and gram per cubic centimeter is the unit of density. Generally, we know that when temperature of a substance is low, its density increases and the volume decreases. This is the rule, but water is an irregular to this rule. Okay, so let's understand by one activity about anomalous behavior of water. So for activity, keep a glass full of water in the fridge for 5 to 10 minutes. Then take it out and observe it carefully. We see that the water has frozen, but from which place it starts freezing, top or bottom? This is a question. So it starts from freezing top to bottom because hydrogen molecule move from top to bottom and the density of water is peculiar. So the density of water is maximum at 4 degrees Celsius. If the temperature of water is lowered below 4 degrees Celsius, its density decreases and volume increases. It means water expands when temperature falls below 4 degrees Celsius, and this is called anomalous behavior of water. Now let's see what is uses of water according to properties. Many substances are soluble in water. Water is a universal solvent and it is used as a solvent in factories, laboratory and foodstuff, and also in various type of biological processes which occurring in the body such as digestion, excretion, etc. Water is useful for cleaning purposes like for bathing, cooking, washing and drinking. And it is a good coolant is used in the motor vehicles to control the temperature of the engine. Water is useful for water transport due to its fluidity, and water falling down from a height is used to generate electricity with the help of a generator. Now let's understand what is meant by solute, solvent and solution. So solute is the substance that dissolve, for example salt. Solvent is the substance in which solute dissolve is called solvent, for example water. And the solution what we get when solute dissolve in the solvent, for example mixture of salt solution. Okay, so enough for today. See you in the next class.